Hello everyone, so today in this video I will show you how I design system, and specifically this video I will focus on e-commerce system. I will make playlist of system design and architecture. The first video is the e-commerce, but other I will make system like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Google Drive, LinkedIn. So like this large system, I will make the design and architecture. So let's start by this first video focus on system design and architecture of e-commerce system. So this system e-commerce, it will be a normal system, not something big like Amazon or Alibaba. So it medium system, more maybe small, but to focus on how to design this system. So let's get started. So before we design the system, we have something called requirement. So and this requirement, it will be two type: functional requirement and non-functional requirement. So the functional requirement, it will be the behavior, the system. For example, e-commerce system, we can browse product. We have authentication systems like make a profile, login, and register, make an account, and browse product. As I said, view product by detail or the informations, add to cart the product or more product, place an order, make payment. For the admin can see all the product, manage all the product, manage all the orders, manage all the user, control the payment. So the functional requirement is the function of the system and the feature. Non-functional requirement, something like scalability. So the system e-commerce can scale, can handle more than request, can handle more than operation. Also the maintainability, so the code would be maintainable, and also availability, to be available 24 hours 7 days per week. Also we have consistency. So this is non-functional requirement. So let's start. So we define requirement of e-commerce system. First we have functional requirement, and second non-functional requirement. So let's get started by the first. So here we want to make an authentication system. So the system will be authentication, like make an account, access the account, we have profile. So authentication. So we have login. I just made normal size. So we have register. Also we have each one profile. For the product, we can browse all product, view by detail, make add to cart. We can place an order. So to cart, I want to make each one. For the orders, we can make place order, cancel, also view by detail. For the payment, so I make support multi method payment, for example credit card, PayPal. So this is for user. For the admin, so here I'll make for the customer. So for the admin, first manage all the products, so can add, remove, so just create, so can create, remove, update or delete the product. Also manage all order, manage all user, but here just not delete user or update, just read. So payment authentication, so so looking features of what, for example, so let's just focus this. Also dashboard, analytics, we have dashboard analytics. So what also, so just focus this. So let's move, we want to just make MVP. So here also make review, so user can add review or remove. So reviews, also view product, we want to add the feature, for example product most selling, most review, so product most selling or most review, most review, or the product review good and the product review bad. So non-functional requirement, want to just copy this. So the functional non-requirement, the system should be scalable, and so support and handle features and requests. More feature and then more request. So and here we have two type of scalability, vertical and horizontal. So horizontal is by adding multiple of server, like for example 3 or 4, I don't know how much. And for the vertical scalability is by up the resource of the server. For example, up the resource of the CPU, RAM, and disk. So all this. So we have just one server, but in the horizontal we have more server. So will be secure. The system must be secure. So we want to prevent from popular vulnerability. So, for example, cross-site scripting, SQL injection, also DDoS attack or DOS attack. So can handle attacks. So also so the code also should be secure. From file uploader. And other, the system should be consistent. Should be consistent. And also maintainable. So this is non-functional requirement. So we just focus on small e-commerce system. So there is nothing I forget. We have an authentication, login, register, also reset password. If forget, maybe verification by email. Verification by email. For the profile, can edit information or delete. Browse products, view by detail, add to cart, place an order, consume and view by detail. So make payment online, support multi-method. User can add review or remove them. So I should make with the blue. So manage all order. So we have create all orders, products, users, dashboard, analytics, view or review. View all, best selling product, most review. So now if I upload that, so I think this the popular requirement need for this maybe MVP e-commerce system. Now let's go to make design of system. So first, what we should to focus. So here I will draw the system. So we have a client. So also so this is the client. So this is the backend. So and this is the database. Maybe we can add Redis. So cache memory. So that so let's make this web server, and so we can choose Nginx or Apache, but for me I use Nginx. So this user. Now we want to make the flow of the system. So we have the user. So send the request. The request. So the Nginx will handle the request. Also, the Nginx here can play the role of load balancer. So divide the traffic count into different server. For example, here if the backend we have one server, when we make the system scalable, so we can add more services. So Nginx can handle this with easy way. So the request come, so the Nginx choose which server can redirect this request. So add play the role of load balancer. After, maybe we can make shared database and cache in memory, or maybe we can each server make database own, but we just focus on shared database and the cache in memory. For example, I use Redis. You can use other if you see good. So let's first check Redis cache in memory if any data are available. If not, he go to the disk, so the database, and get the data, push to the Redis, and fetch to user. Now, for example, the data are returned to user. So, if the data uh, so So if any data in the database or Redis return to the backend and the backend fetch to user. So as you can see, balancer and so fetch to the user. So this is the the minimum requirement for this small system of e-commerce. So I just focus something really more simple. Now we want to so here for the back end, so we just have something how, for example, will be the data workflow. So the request come from the client. If we have an authentication system or something access private or protected router, we have something called the middleware. After if you see has the access to the protected router, can move to the controller, the request move to the controller. So the controller orient the request to the services but handle logic business. So the services, if need something from the database, so we have repository data. So for example, we want to fetch product from the database, so the repository data. For example, here we have method, for example, fetch data. or not get all product. So this method, for example, use, and we have the database. Let's make this database or the database or the cache. So first check the cache, or here we have Redis example. If there is no data, go to the disk and get the data, push the Redis, and after to the client. The next time we'll go to Redis. And we have the response. So if any data or there is no data, return always with response. With the response will be also with a structure. And the response will be returned to the user. So this is the architect design of the system, most simple things. So the most what you need. So what miss now? So I think there is nothing I forget. I think this is what we need at least for this small system. So this is web server, backend, front end. Okay. Now, so this is the data workflow. So this is the most important what we should for design system e-commerce. So this is the first part. The next part we focus what technology we use, what is the architecture of each component, for example product or features like order management and etc. Also we focus where to host, what we need. So all this that need for system we make in the next video. Thank you for watching.